2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here alongside Craig Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Domantas Sabonis and the Sacramento Kings.
And that game against Portland, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start to the year.
Now Golden State's starting 5. The forward spots will be Butler and Green. Curry is out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for the Lakers, the guard pair will be Doncic and Reed. LeBron James is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Smart in at the 3 spot. No one saw it coming off a finals appearance. Luka Doncic, Richard, traded to the Lakers.
I mean, we're talking about a 5-time first-team All-NBA player who was traded at just 25 years old. I've never seen it happen before. Expect Luka to have a big chip on his shoulder for the next few seasons.
Here's Reeves. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. LeBron can't get it to go. Pass to Melton. Back to Butler. Here's Curry. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
He has the fastest shot in the game of basketball. Curry's release is so quick that the D can't afford to lay off him at all.
Now, here's Doncic. On the wing, James. And he converts the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Melton's shot is good.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
No one near Reeves as he lets it go. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about the challenge of facing off with Steph Curry, the three-point king. Coach said it's not just the threes that are concerned with Steph. It's how well he passes the ball. He's one of the best point guards ever, and Curry will get everyone else involved. Back to you, Kevin.
And Allie, thanks so much. Yes, that goes in.
And this is where Green looks to score. He's comfortable and confident down low.
And Ayton throws it down.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Now here's Curry. Beyond the arc. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. You know, RJ, you can feel the excitement in the air. It's the season opener for both these teams.
The wait is finally over for these fans. Both teams hoping to kick things off with a win, so I expect a lot of effort tonight.
Stunning the crowd and the defense with that one. What a show from Doncic.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. Now here's Green. Just 5 on the clock. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And we're so used to Doncic operating with the ball in his hands, but it's good to see him mix it up and work off the catch.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Some changes for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Hachimura comes in for Smart. And it's Kennard in for Austin Reed.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, the Lakers have been looking for a consistent presence at center, and in DeAndre Ayton, they've acquired a walking double-double and a capable lob threat to pair with Luka Doncic. Ayton has a lot to prove in L.A., I'm told, but this pairing is certainly one to watch.
Quite a tandem. All right, Shams, thanks for the update. And here is Doncic after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And here we go with Horford running up the court. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Curry. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Oh, you got to feel for the defense. I've been on the other side of the Curry flurry, and I still have PTSD.
Pass to Doncic. Off the run, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It's his first trip to the line, and he knocks down the first one. Richard, what do you see in what Luka Doncic sees on the floor?
Well, Kevin, I think he's tracking all 5 defensive players and all 4 of his offensive teammates. He always seems to find a way to get players involved.
And the Lakers making a change here. Arabia's checked in.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And the Lakers have possession. The Warriors making the shot. Kennard kicks to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Puts one up from 19. Horford, no luck.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Kennard against Curry. Here's LaRavia. And off there. He misses his first shot of the night. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 7. 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter, they've got Horford. Booty is out there with Pajemski. Then it's Butler, and it's Santos in at the 4 spot. The Lakers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. GA, why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Kevin, back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, we thank you very much. Lakers trail by 6. Pass to Kennard. To the inside. And Hayes throws it down.
Oh, you expect Rui to finish that play, but when a guy is this open, he makes a quality pass.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Stephen Curry's checked in for the Warriors. Warriors leading by 4. Here's Santos. Back to Curry. There's the 3. Oh, Curry so accurate from 3-point range.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Puts up a deep 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Los Angeles making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Warriors, 4th.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Pass to Hachimura. Takes it off the glass. Hachimura's got his first basket.
Well, Hachimura's inside-out scoring ability is what makes him so valuable to their offense.
Butler passes to Curry. Back to Butler. Shoots over Laravia. And that one hits back iron. Lakers trail by 8. Reeves in the corner. And it's Hachimura in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. It's Curry outside. Buries it from three-point range. Curry's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation.
Here's Moody. Lakers with the rebound. One-on-one here. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
And check out the numbers for Curry. Last season, he played outstanding, checking in at about 24 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, but really his main asset is being a playmaker.
Great handle, great vision. That's how he drops so many dimes.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. LeBron comes in for Jake LaRavia. And it's Kennard in for Austin Reeves. Doncic. Impressive work inside from Doncic.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
From the arc, and another 3 for Golden State.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Hayes. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists now in this one. Warriors leading by 10. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Ayton, he's checked in for Hayes. Smart comes in for Hachimura. And it's Austin Reeves in for Kennard. Ayton, the pass to Reeves. Now here's Smart. On the wing, Doncic, guarded by Curry.
And he got off to a nice start, but has slowed down here in the second quarter.
And here's Golden State. They're on a 14-6 run. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Moody's shot is off.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Reeves gets the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Curry with the 3. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 27 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And the first half is now in the books. Warriors ahead. They lead by 13. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thank you. Well, Coach Kerr, what did you like about the way your guys have started this game off?
Well, I like the way we defended without fouling so we could get our flow. And guys just came in and made some big ones, and our offense got going.
The defense was disciplined. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Hey folks, and welcome. This first half has been the Stephen Curry show. He has just been everywhere.
Man, it almost doesn't seem possible. You know what I'm talking about, Ernie?
Yeah.
Steph just getting better? How can a guy get better as he gets older? Man, it goes a long way to his work ethic.
Yeah, his pregame is some people's game. And you know what we like to say? He makes it look effortless. And circling back to the first half, what about these 2 point guards?
The league is so full of elite point guards. We get to see incredible matchups every night. You can't ignore.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Curry has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
The guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. James is out there with Smart, and it's Ayton in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. It's stolen by Green. Porzingis with the ball, defended by Reeves. They kick it out to Green. Back to Curry for the three. It's hauled in by Doncic. Lakers trail by 15. Well, Richard, you had an interesting view of the start of the Warriors dynasty.
Yeah, I was very, very blessed to be a part of that Steph, Clay, and Draymond's first playoff run back in 2013. Matter of fact, some of the Warrior fans are still mad at me for some missed free throws. But I was 90 years old. Let it go.
A baseline J, and it's Butler missing. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Stephen Curry hears folks complaining about all the threes. He said it's new and everybody has their opinion. It's not like I can go out and do a 360 windmill, drive down the lane, and dunk on somebody. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping to keep shooting threes, so don't worry about that. Back to you.
Yeah, you're right. That is his superpower. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from LeBron. And so Steve Kerr starts to call a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Green in the post, covered by LeBron. Good on the bucket. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
You can't sleep on Porzingis, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
And here's LeBron outside. Warriors with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
But when you made your first 3 shots in the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Greg, last season, the Lakers exceeded expectations by winning 50 games and finishing 3rd in the West.
They went on quite a run after acquiring Luka Doncic, but they were eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. And as we know, this is an organization judged on championship success.
Curry kicks to Butler. Over Smart. And again, it's the Warriors missing. LeBron James hammers it home.
And the total package, James, is so much fun to watch.
Curry way outside. The long-distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 30.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Austin Reed. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Number 1, Stephen Curry.
And no doubt he finished the season right where he should have on that list. He was far and away the best free throw shooter in the league.
Here's Kennard, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Curry passes to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Green's got his second bucket tonight.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Kennard against Melton. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Kennard. 1:32 left in the third. Curry outside, and the Warriors another three.
He's just lighting them up in this game. The D's going to have to extend a little bit more, or he's going to keep knocking them down from deep.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Warriors with the rebound. In the corner, it's Melton. No good on the three. The Lakers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And that one's good, Ayton.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Takes a step back. Here's Ayton. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Ayton's got 8 points.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Jacks up a three, and the Warriors another three.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Lakers trail by 12. Now James. He's got 6. Kennard's shot is off. It's Curry outside. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. Here's the... Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth, we've got Brandon Bajemski. He's out there with Moody. Butler out there with Horford. And it's Santos in a power forward position. Reeves finds Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Oh, what a finish. Uri showing off that athletic ability.
Outside Butler. Butler takes it in. And he makes that one. And the Warriors lead by 13. And you think of the great shot creators. Richard, how underrated is footwork to what they do?
Oh, it's very underrated. It's not just big men. You look at guys like Jalen Brunson, Kyrie Irving, even going back to Kobe Bryant. Great footwork will always enable you to get off your shot.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the Lakers. And the Warriors also making a change. Curry's checked in. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team, and Coach reminded his team that leads can disappear quickly in the NBA. He said if we get loose and they make a few shots in a row, then this is a ball game again. Do not let that happen, he implored. Guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Outside Curry. Six on the shot clock, and again for 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And it's a 4-way tie now. Himself, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Dame Lillard.
It's off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Knocks down the 3.
I guess that defense thought they could live with that, and he punished them for thinking so.
Warriors leading by 8. Outside Horford. Here's Curry. Butler outside. And the layup is off.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Horford pulls it down.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
And there's the foul. It's on Jake LaRavia. That's his first foul. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Andre Ayton's checked in for Jackson Hayes. James comes in for Rui Hachimura. Marcus Smart connects again from distance.
There it is. A shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg, he's now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
And all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him.
Doncic outside, beyond the arc. Green rips down the board.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
When Curry gets a look that's good, he is automatic. There is almost no stopping him.
Doncic outside, shoots the three. That's off.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold?
Good! Another from three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson, viewed as one of the best shooters ever to play this game. Hard to believe that the mark of 14 made threes has been passed here this evening.
And now we'll take a moment for our presentation of our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. James against Green. Outside Vanderbilt. Jacks up a three. And there's the three.
Oh, nice pass there by James. His teammates really will appreciate his ability to facilitate.
Outside Curry. Misses the three. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 13-point game. Takes the three, and another one falls.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and Stephen Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
From deep. That one misses. Here's post, covered by Smith. Curry, and another three for Golden State. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Steph, I know it's still early, but how do you evaluate this team and its ability to go the distance?
In terms of communicating about our principles and how we're going to be successful, trying to chase another championship, we're definitely on the same page. Just a matter of staying focused every night, giving the best effort we can, and just enjoying the journey because it's a long year.
Well, you've been there. You know what it takes. Thanks, Steph.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for watching tonight's presentation. And now we present the player of the game, Stephen Curry.